Hey everybody, this is Mike over here in Growtopia, and what I got for you today is a little video of what I'm going to start doing now. Today is September 21st, and yes, my earlier video I was more hairy. Well, I cut my hair, I shaved my beard, took a shower, changed my clothes, and I'm back out to play in the soil. So what today's video is about is actually what I'm doing right now is carrots. And one of the things I'm going to start doing, and I'm going to mention it a lot, is I'm going back to basics. Back to basics is the way that I started when I first started growing and I started filming and started showing everybody everything. And one of the problems that I did run into is I started listening to too many different people from all over the place. Now, if you're listening to people from California to Florida, to Jersey, to South Carolina, everything is kind of very similar. Now, I'm in Zone 7A on Long Island, New York. I am about dead center of the island. I sit a little bit higher elevation than most people on the island. And I'm at an equal distance from the Atlantic Ocean and the Great South Bay. Now, with that being said, I have my climate zone over here is a little different. So like in the winter, for an example, if I go outside my house during a bad snowstorm that we had about 6, 7, 8 years ago, we had about a foot of snow. When I went about 10 miles north of me, closer to the Great South Bay, to go visit a friend of mine, he had 2.5 feet. So, depending on where you are on this little crazy sliver of an island, our weather is extremely crazy, and it's like I've always said, it's as bipolar as the people are. I could be 40 miles from my house, and it's cloudy, dark, 60 degrees out, and then I go back to my house, and it's 80 degrees. Like, the hell, I'm stripping down. So, anyway, back to basics. This is how we're going to start. So we're actually in the shade house right now, and these carrots are going to stay in here all winter long. And what I did is I filled this full of fresh soil, went to Home Depot, grabbed a 2 cubic bag of Kellogg's soil. It's a pink and yellow bag. Over here in New York, it's like 9 something and change. And it filled this planter, and then it did half of another, so it was really good. Now, back to basics is I had originally would start off in the nursery, move stuff to the greenhouse, let it stay for about a week or 2, and then move it to the garden. Go away, mosquito, you're not part of this video. And everything was growing great. Absolute 100% of growth. There was no fertilizer at all involved. It was literally just put into the pods, put into the greenhouse, put out into the orchard, and boom, everything was fine. Once I started listening to people about fertilizing before, fertilizing during, and so on and so forth, a lot of plants that were doing good ended up dying off. So now we're going back to basics, back to the way things are, back to the Bible. Now, for anybody that's new to the channel, it's not a religious Bible, I just call it the Bible. And here I started drawing out the floor plan of each of my places that I'm planting stuff. So first one that we're in right now is the shade house. I still got to draw the one out for the sun house and the one out for the orchard as well. And this is actually a really good reference guide for yourself, so that as time goes on and each things that you're doing, you can keep track of everything. Go away, mosquito. I'm going to get you sooner or later. The next page to it, on the back side of the page before, is blank, so I could put different notes in for this greenhouse. So the way that I have it set up here is the planter that we're actually looking at in the back is what's known as an extra bed for temporary and seasonal permanents. So a seasonal permanent is going to be the carrots that we're putting in right now. This mosquito is going to drive me nuts this whole video. To the bed to the left of me over here is going to be where I'm going to have my spinach on one side, my peas are on the other. The bed then behind that is going to be a lettuce and the romaine. The bed before that one is going to be cabbage, golden acre, and kale, and the one all the way at the far end is going to be for the turnips. Now I got turnips growing in that one, and they're growing really great in that one, so that's why I'm keeping it that way. The pot that you guys are sitting in is a temporary place for before going to garden. So anything that's coming from the nursery is going to go into this pot because it gets the right amount of sun at the corner of this. Because this shade house only has shade on one side and sun on the other, for basically up to almost like 11, 12 o'clock, and then it becomes all shade. So that's hence the terminology for the shade house. The planter behind the one that you're sitting in is going to have arugula, basil, celery, and cilantro. And the one at the far end by the door is going to be another temporary place before going to garden. So there's only 2 planters in here that are going to stay empty at all times. And this one is a semi-permanent one, meaning that basically it's going to have basically blank for most of the beginning of the season, and then as soon as we get into September, October, November, December, it's going to have stuff that's going to sit in there, such as the carrots. So let's get to the carrots. Now, for carrots, I have my seed booklet, and like I said, anybody that's new to the channel, definitely check out some of the other videos on all the stuff, especially when it comes to the seed booklet. This is a really great thing to have because you can have all your seed packets in here nicely organized. You can stick them in, you know, somewhat of an alphabetical order. I go by the first letter, and then I try to keep all those together. So like we got like the asparagus, the artichokes, the beans, we got the beets. I have another type of bean. This is a dragon tongue bean. I got another one that looks just like it that's red, so I'm gonna have to rearrange some of this booklet to get those guys in there, some of the new installments. You know, we got beans, we got cabbages, we got Brussels sprouts, we got broccoli, cauliflowers, cucumbers. I know I read that out of order. More cucumber. We got corn. We got bok choy. We got nashati. Now we're into the carrots. So the way that you want to do your carrots is very particular. So basically, I'm not really going to go down this whole line and list all the carrots per se. That I'm gonna put them on the tags, but I'm not really going to get too nutty with stuff. So I'm basically just going to take out a bunch of the carrots that I want. I'm going to show you the bags. Now, a lot of these bags that I am using, I've never really used these seeds before, so I did see some of them out in the garden actually growing from the bag, which I thought was awesome. Is it a brand that I'll buy again? I did put another batch of it in my shopping cart. All these seeds I bought from are from Amazon, so it's great because Amazon, you know, when you're buying stuff, and I know a lot of people don't like Amazon. What I like about Amazon is basically just the in-between guy when you want to look for something. You know, Amazon is basically like your bookie. You know, you're looking to get a little bit of money, you go to this guy, you get some money, he gets it from somebody else, and they loan it to you, type of stuff. I mean, that's not how Amazon works. Amazon is just basically that middleman. So, you know, a lot of times you got to hunt down different websites and stuff. So if you're the kind of person who really doesn't want your credit card or debit card spread throughout the internet, Amazon is really great for that, because you could find 99% of the stuff you need from Amazon. There are times I have to buy stuff from other places, but most of the time all my seeds come from is Amazon. And sometimes if I'm in Home Depot and I'm walking by and I see something that sparks my interest that I couldn't find on Amazon, I'll grab it from Home Depot while I'm there. So anyway, next thing I want to do is I grab my handy dandy pen and I just grab a tag. Now a lot of my tags, this stuff written on one side and something that didn't grow, so I reuse it because I got the back side of it. And I'll just cross it out, and like I said, today's September 21st, so I'll just write 9/21 on here. I'll write carrot, and the first one we're going to do is Luna White. Now this is supposed to be just a white carrot, and like I said, these bags, they literally look just like this. There's absolutely no information on them, so it's basically just have fun. The way you want to do carrots is we're going to first level out the soil a little bit better than it is, such, and you want to get rid of all like the big chunks and stuff. You want to just crumple it all down so it's all nice. The biggest thing is you don't want the soil to be hard. So it's always a good idea. Right now I'm just going to go in there, I'm going to rough it up. Just carrots need loose soil, just like beets and potatoes and turnips and radishes. They need that loose soil to move in. Anything that's hard packed, they're not going to do good in. So before you plant anything, the best thing to do is just to aerate your soil, just by just roughing it up like I'm doing, not patting it down, just leveling it out nicely with your hands. And that's it. Okay, so now the thing that I did with carrots that works honestly the best, and I want you guys to do this exactly the same way, because this I've done over and over again and it works great. I have nice leveled out soil. I'm not pushing anything down. I'm just going to literally sprinkle the carrots in a row on top of the soil. And there's really not a lot in that bag, So I sprinkled those on top like such, and I'm going to just bring you guys over so you can see exactly how they're spread out. Probably a little bit more than I need, but that's fine. So just like that, I sprinkled them out into a nice row. I'm going to take my tag, and because I'm putting a board over this, I don't want to stick this up in the air yet, so I'm just going to lay this on the ground next to it. The next one I'm going to grab is the Atomic Red, and I'm going to give it just a little bit of space. So what you could also do too is you can kind of put a line in the soil on where you want to lay the carrots out, because they are going to need some room as they start growing, and you don't want to overpopulate your bed. So I'm going to spread these guys out here as well. And actually there's some left over in there. Let's take another one of my tags, cross this one out, and that was the Atomic Red. 9, 21, carrot. I don't even have to write carrot, I could just write Atomic Red. And like that, lay that down next to those carrots. Okay, so the next carrot that we're going to grab from this list, because we got a lot of different ones here and I don't want to put too many because I know I'm going to run out of room here. The next one we're going to do, and what's great is these things will grow all winter long, especially in this greenhouse here, so that's really good. The next one we have this Scarlet Nathan's. So orange carrot. I'm going to do the same thing like we did with the rest of them. You're just sprinkling it on top, you're not doing anything else. Looks good. Alright. 9, 21, and we're just doing this orange, just doing a scarlet. Okay, that over there. Scarlet goes with those guys. Alright, let's add some more color here. So we have another one that's known as a solar yellow carrot. So we have a white carrot, we have a red carrot, we have an orange carrot. So let's go for a yellow carrot. Not a lot in this bag either. Okay. Yellow. Yellow carrot. That over there. And the last one we're going to do is a cosmic purple. Alright. We'll just stick the purple tag over there. There's our cosmic purple bag. It looks like I opened it, so obviously I started growing some of these. Gonna level out that ground a little bit. Okay, that's that. Now we're almost done. So now I'm just going to grab my book. And normally I wouldn't have had the book out here, but I brought it out here just because it makes things actually a little bit easier. The reason why I don't like bringing the book out here is because I end up running the risk of getting the pages wet, and that's the last thing I want. So I'm going to just take my... What's great is they slide right back in, so you don't have to get all fancy. You know, it's nothing hard to do. You just grab it, you slide it right back into the spots. And even if the bag is empty, I still put it back in because that bag is a placeholder for when I buy more of that seed. I just go in there and open it up. Well, the bag is empty. I take out the empty bag, put in the fresh bag, and I keep motoring along. Okay. Boom. Strap back on. Toss it to the side. And that's that. Now, what I'm going to do is grab my water. I'm going to show you the next step. Okay, so now the next step, now that we have all the seeds laid out on top of the soil, you want to put something now over them. Now you could use a piece of wood, you could use anything. I use this plastic tile board for inside my greenhouses, and it works perfect for this. And being that it fits perfectly inside these, I could just lay it right on top, like such. The last one is a little over, isn't really reaching it, so I'll just grab another one, and I'll lay it on top like such. And now what I'll do is I'll take my water. Oh, that should not have been on jet. And I'm going to mist it all down. Now you could mist it and then put the board on top. So I'm going to do that. Just going to mist it. Mist it right over the seeds. Get it nice and moist. Put that down. And grab it. This one. Such. And that's that. Now every time you come in water, you kind of just want to do the same. You could just mist over the top of them as well, but being that they're kind of plastic, they don't really, the water doesn't penetrate through it. It wouldn't penetrate through the wood either, but that's just with that. And other than that, guys, that is it for planting your carrots. Back to basics. Just simple, very easily. Took me just 17 minutes just with the video, and that's it. So anyway, guys, like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Hit the subscribe button so you can always see new videos and tips and tricks and different stuff on planting throughout the year. I'll be recording videos all year round. So see you guys.